What up, y'all? I'm JT, Chef Tickles, the Alaskan Sniper. I'm here with your boy, Chris Easy, Deuces -1, Chris Evans.
What up, what up?
We're joined here with our man, Big Daddy, the boy himself, Faraz Sani,
What it do, baby?
DB, the assassin, Sharp Knuckles.
How's it going?
And let's get into it. This is Hoop Session. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hoop Session, episode 23. Shout out to the GOAT. You can take that whichever way you like in terms of 23. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. But we were talking a little bit off screen about the title of Elite, which we're going to get into a little bit. Faraz got a little guess that player for us, and of course we got a pick'em result that we're going to discuss. So DB, do you want to start us off here? Either way you want to go?
Either way I want to go, just jump into one of the topics.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah. All right. If we're going to jump into one of the topics, you know, I'm going to pick the one that I won at. So we're going to go right into the pick'em then. If that's what we're going to do. You want to just jump into that pick'em?
Yeah.
We had Orlando and Sacramento, right? It was in Sacramento as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was the only one that picked it right because I actually did my research. I did a lot of vetting for that. I went through a lot of scouting for that game. And I took that one. So what are we at for the series now? Because you guys all picked Sacramento. You guys made the logical choice. But
Yeah.
DB, did you watch that game?
no, man, I didn't catch that game. To be honest with you, I checked afterwards and I'm like.
So Faraz drops to 4-2. He's still in the lead at the moment. Chris goes to 500, 3-3. DB jumps up to 500. He's 3-3, and I continue to plummet at 1-5. So it looks like it's a race for first. We know who lost. That's cool. I didn't watch the game either. Faraz, you watch the game?
No, man.
No, Chris, you watched it?
No, and I didn't.
Yeah, we
There's no
should pick
point
some
to
games
watch
we're
that
gonna watch.
It was one of those games that was at like the top of the list, you know, for us to catch, right? None of us were like trying to get home on time to catch that game.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to look for like a game that would actually be close, not necessarily like the best teams, right?
But you could have done the
so
Bucks and the Jazz. That was a good game.
Yeah, I think I had just done Jazz.
Yo,
That was a
JT,
good
how do you feel about Gobert dunking all over Giannis?
Did that actually happen? I honestly didn't see that.
Yeah, the dude drove in from like the 3-point line, one dribble, bang out right on Giannis.
No.
Dude, how is Gobert not dunked on everybody? He's like 8 feet tall.
But this is one of those dunks where it was like a layup line dunk where he caught it like 3-point line, dribble in, dunk, not just catch and turn dunk. Which made it even like sweeter.
That's way more impressive, right? Yeah. We're used to him having that like that volleyball like drop step and just like the tiptoes.
Oh wow.
Go put it down, right?
That's
I want to see that
highlight.
highlight.
I'm on YouTube right now. I'm trying to find it.
Oh,
well, that's embarrassing. Yeah, here it is. It's a high pick and roll. Oh, high pick and roll. Catches it at the free throw line. One dribble. Giannis is help side. Yeah.
Dude, Giannis likes getting dunked on by everybody.
No, he's trying to get blocks, man.
No, yeah. The people that go for blocks, they're the ones that are going to get posted, but they're also going to have the most blocks. Like the best shot blockers ever have got dunked on by pretty much everyone. It just happens. Like you're going to take those risks, right?
It's it's the same logic as what we were held accountable to playing high school basketball. We were always like, in a program that was super strict, like you have to rotate over, you have to get your feet in the paint, blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing. It's just Rudy, like you guys said, Rudy Gobert's fucking 10 feet tall and go gadget arms, right? To answer your question, Chris, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about that. But hey, man, I thought it was like a one-on-one and he got dunked on, but he was help side, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Giannis goes for blocks, man. So he's going to get dunked on.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that, man.
Yeah, legit.
100%.
A lot of superstars won't do it, right? If they feel like they just might not have a chance of getting it, they don't even take off. They just like take it out of the way. But
that happened with LeBron last night. Chris, you see that one? He had a turnover at the very top. Dylan Brooks stole it from him. And he had like a dribble, maybe like a dribble and a half on him. And like normally LeBron pins that shit every time. He literally just stopped at the 3-point line. He just stopped and it's like, yo, Caldwell Pope, go inbound that shit, man. Let's go.
He doesn't want to get caught on a poster, man.
Yeah, at this point.
Yo, greatest dunk on the season so far. Do you have a pick?
Best dunk of the season so far.
Like dunk
I'd
on.
I'd have to watch. I don't remember them all.
Yeah, I have to go on.
I think Terry Rozier on Kevin Durant was quite huge.
Oh, I remember that one. That was different.
I think that goes up there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because he was in Brooklyn,
for some reason. Yeah. Oh.
That was a nice one.
That was dirty. That was dirty. Jeez.
We'll have to get back to that one next time. I want to watch a bunch of highlights now. I do remember that one.
Braun's
dunk from last night was quite sick. The baseline drive
at the end of the game. Yeah, that was
nice.
Yeah,
that was very nice.
Yeah, but there was a couple nice dunks in that game. Trez, he's bouncier than I remembered from Clippers, I guess.
He can catch it holding the ball on the ground and just go up and bang out.
Well, and the thing is, he gets those ones where he's under the rim, under the backboard, right? So let's say he's parallel with the end line out of bounds, and he does a 180 in the air, and dunks on somebody. It's it doesn't make sense. Yeah, he catches it at his feet, gets punched across the face, and then goes straight up. You see
Kuzma control his body.
Yeah, you see Kuzma cracked him with an elbow yesterday too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he got.
I watched the second half of that game.
Yeah, he got rocked by Kuzma. That was good. It wasn't good, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, so the next game I picked for a pick-up, we have Philly at Utah. That's Friday night. So I would imagine Embiid is playing. He's been sitting a bit, but yeah, let's just go off the top. What do we think, Chris?
Philly, Utah. At Utah?
Philly at Utah, yeah.
I got to think about that one.
If Embiid is playing, he's gonna try to go at Gobert hard.
Well, JT.
Yeah.
That game is on the Monday, is it not?
Yeah, it's on Monday for our Tuesday show, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did I say Friday?
Yeah. I think I
said Friday. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. All the days are the same, man.
I
want to say Utah's going to win that game.
Utah, huh? Okay. Yeah. Chris got Utah. DB, what do you think, man?
I'm joining you with Utah on that one as well, just for that if of Embiid playing or not.
I'm just trying to look through the schedule.
It's also end of a long West Coast road trip. You have to play at Utah. That's the toughest game in the West probably so far.
But they have Sunday, Monday off, it looks like.
Just Sunday off.
They play Monday.
No, they.
Right?
Oh, sorry.
Monday,
sorry. They play Monday, yeah.
But see, the schedule is at Sacramento, at Portland, at Phoenix, at Utah. So it's
I'm going with Utah.
Yeah, Utah's the end of if Utah's the end of a West Coast road trip, I think that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everybody
gonna go with Utah then?
My brain says Utah, but my heart wants to go with Philly.
Yeah,
because I swear,
Philly then, bro.
Because if Embiid plays, I think he's gonna have he's gonna try to fuck up Gobert. I think he just doesn't like him. I don't think he likes him.
Yeah.
See, also that game is not on TV, not on national TV, so I don't think Embiid will play.
Why is that game?
I'm looking on the schedule right now.
Yeah.
And it's the Phoenix game's NBA TV, Utah's nothing, and then the Houston game back at home is ESPN. So I think Embiid is Embiid could rest that game, and so he's ready for it because you're not allowed to rest national TV games nowadays.
Can I make mine contingent on if he plays?
No.
Not a chance.
If he's out, I'm going Utah.
Obviously, we would all change our minds too, man.
I know. Fuck it. I'll still go Philly.
Yeah.
No, man, don't do it.
So Chris and DB went with Utah, Faraz with Philly. I'm gonna go Philly as well. At this point, I just got to go against you guys to make up some ground. Plus, same thing. I fucking hope to God Embiid plays and he just suns Gobert the whole game. He's gonna play him off the floor. Yeah,
I'm gonna try.
No problem. If Embiid's gonna drop 50 on him and crown him a few times, I'll take an L for that. for sure.
Can Embiid play Gobert off the floor though? They're sort of similar in terms of like speed and lumbarness, basically, like how they go up and down
But
the
I
floor.
think Embiid's offensive capabilities outweigh his lack of defense, and Gobert is an absolute tool on offense.
But what I'm saying is Embiid isn't the quickest center in the world. So Gobert
but
should
you'll
be
live
able to
with
guard
it.
him.
Okay,
No.
yeah, but you'll live with it on the other end because you put Gobert in pick and roll every single time. You put Embiid in pick and roll every single time. Okay, cool, but the offense from Embiid outweighs your like. The defense is a tie, but Embiid is a much better offensive player.
Yes,
I think what's going to happen is he's going to post him up the first 3-4 possessions, and he's going to get 2 quick fouls.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
we're realistically not going to get a big matchup. But depends if he plays or not. Yeah.
Huge if. That's a big if.
Yeah, huge if. But split decision there. Me and Faraz going Philly, DB and Chris going Utah. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Faraz, before you jump into your question, I have one really quick. I heard on another podcast, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinion. If you were to draft, like if draft was today, let's say, and you know where these guys are at currently in their career, who would you rather start your franchise with? Trae Young or Lamelo Ball?
Ooh.
If the draft was today and they knew where they were going to be in their current careers, who would you want to start?
Yeah, because like Trae Young's in his third year.
Yeah,
like essentially starting today, what guy would you want to have on your team, like for the future, kind of thing? You know, they're both roughly the same age.
I think I still have to go with Trae Young.
Young, 100%. I think he's still proved more. Yeah. He's actually played in the NBA.
Played in the NBA for LaMelo's looking really good. Like he actually looks like he has that court vision and that just that capability to control the pace of the game a little bit, which is really nice for a rookie to have. But you still have to prove yourself in the NBA for a little bit longer than what it's been a month, 2 months. It's happening in the grand scheme of things for me. So, and as much as I'm not liking how Trae Young is being a little baby lately and the way he kind of plays, he's playing like a diva. I still think he's just a guy that could stretch the floor so much and he could play in that high pick and roll. So, yeah.
I'd have to go with LaMelo. I think, obviously, I hate the way Trae Young plays, but to start a franchise around at their current, I think LaMelo right now is playing currently better than Trae Young. I don't know the stats on that, but from what I've seen and just seeing how Charlotte is LaMelo's leading that team really, I'd say in Charlotte, and they're a better record than Atlanta, I believe. But the fact of starting a franchise, I'd rather have a 6'7" point guard who has the skills LaMelo has than a 5'10", 140-pound flopper in Trae Young. So that's why I think LaMelo to start a franchise with. Trae Young might be better right now, but to start a franchise with, I'd rather take LaMelo.
Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm Trae. I disagree with Chris. I think Trae Young is still playing much better this year. That team still hasn't meshed like I thought it would. But Gallinari is playing like garbage. I thought he would be playing much better than he is. So I thought if he kind of upped his game, that team would be playing different. But I think Trae Young can ball this year, and just because he's been in the NBA for 3 years now, he said. I think I with what he's proven so far and the logo shots he's shown he can take.
But Faraz, question on that: would you rather have Trae Young as your number one player on your team, or would you have LaMelo as a close number 2 and another number 1 on your team?
Sorry, what do you mean? Can you say
that
again?
Would you rather have Trae Young be your best player and then the rest of your everybody plays around Trae Young, or would you rather LaMelo on your team and everybody plays around LaMelo with another top player on that team?
Well, if that's an option, obviously you would rather have LaMelo and a really good guy that's the same as Trae Young. Sure, obviously.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Starting a franchise, you'd rather have LaMelo who can do the same things as Trae Young, as obviously not as well shooting as 3, but can run an offense and do everything. Not everything has to go through him, and he can still perform. Whereas Trae Young, everything goes through him, and it's going to get played out eventually. It's sort of starting to get played out a little bit.
I think Trae Young's a decent playmaker, though. I think if he just in a couple more years, if he works on it, he's an okay passer. His
But see,
vision.
LaMelo's in his first year right now. So you're saying his thing is luck?
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, he's playing really well. No one's saying it's luck playing this well, but to put up these kind of numbers consistently is a different kind of game. You always see that with rookies. They'll have, maybe they'll have a breakout rookie year, and then their second years where they really hit that, like, where the vets actually see them as a threat. We're like, damn, we got to lock down on this guy, or like, they actually see video on him, or it's different. It's a totally different game. That's what usually happens. And I actually pulled it up on my phone while we were talking because you said he's probably playing better than LaMelo. He's averaging 26.5 points a game right now. LaMelo's averaging 14.5. Like that's not even
okay,
close.
But look at the 3-point percentage.
3-point percentage. Let's check it out. Yeah.
You'd think it'd be more. LaMelo's shooting 35.3, and Trae Young's shooting 36, and Trae Young's shooting obviously on a lot more volume, right?
Yeah.
But the thing, like I get all those points, DB. I understand. The rookie usually has a drop off, right? I can't remember whose podcast, what player was saying, I think they're referring to Devontae Graham back a couple years ago, but they're saying after the first kind of like 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever, then there's actually a good amount of film that you can actually watch. Because even if you have 1-2 games against a guy, that still doesn't tell you everything that this guy has, right? So as you get 10, 15, 30 games of actual footage that you can watch this player play, then they usually have a drop-off. But that's the thing. That's where we're at right now with LaMelo. We're at like 25. The last few games, I think he's been shooting close to 50% from 3. So obviously that's going to drop down. It was a really interesting question for me because I can see both ways. Trae Young today is a better player. I say pretty close in passing, closer than it appears right now. Offensively, like we just saw, like shooting wise, it's close. Trae Young's a better shooter and probably more reliable as well. But then LaMelo has that little bit of getting to the rim, a little bit more awareness in terms of grabbing a loose ball, something like that. And then the height, Chris, that you said too, 6'7". I'm always going to rather have the guy who's bigger, right? But at the same time, we got to see more of it. So I was very skeptical of the kid, right? I had to take into account, like, what were my expectations? I was expecting Lamelo Ball to be a flop. I'm like, there's so much hype around this kid. There's no way he's going to come in NBA ready, shoots like a goof, whatever. And he's, kind of beat my expectations. But if you think about the Hawks, Hawks and Trae Young, people were saying like top 4. Like people are saying they should get to the second round. They should be pushing. There's a lot of pressure on them. And now that it's a brand new team trying to go around this like super specific playing style that Trae Young has, that kind of pushes to Chris's point. Like you have to get the perfect guys around them. So I don't know. I think I would ultimately go with LaMelo Ball right now, but I really like both of them. I thought it was a cool question because it was so close.
Yeah, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, I always point to, remember Tyreke Evans? Do you guys remember what he averaged his first year when he came as a rookie?
Yeah.
I think he was the
rookie of the year, right?
He was rookie of the year, and I think he was the first person since like LeBron or someone else to average 25 and 5 throughout the year. Yeah. And everyone was like, my God, this guy's like a reincarnation of like whatever. He's going to be unbelievable, greatest player to start your team around. Where is he now? Like what happened to him? It happened.
It's not a one-off. It happens to players, right? I don't think that's going to happen to LaMelo. I think he's going to be a good player in the league. I'm not saying he's going to like fall off and not be in the league, but also to like the point where you guys say like he's 6'7" and he's got the body. I definitely agree with that. But Blake Griffin had the body, and Steph Curry had nothing. And Steph Curry has how many championships? They built a team around him, and it has to be specific. But when it was specific, it worked out, right? Absolutely. And I think like Trae Young's that kind of guy. If you build a team around him with a bunch of shooters around, like right now, they're already starting to do that. Like that team's already like once they're healthy, I think they're going to be a pretty good team. I think we all had high expectations from this year.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They drafted like DeAndre Hunter at like 5th or whatever, that extra pick they got from the Doncic trade. Like that easily could have been like a Klay Thompson, right? Like, they just got lucky and got like, not lucky, but they drafted somebody who's also an elite shooter next to that guy. I'm sure I can assume and put words in your mouth, DB. We're not comparing Trae Young and Steph Curry at all, but like it's possible, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh no. They're not.
Yeah.
My point was it was another frail guy that people thought wasn't going to make it in the league, right? Like a small dude.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible to do it. It's just you have to be like you have to step up your game even more than that guy that's 6'7" because he has his natural gifts, right?
Exactly.
But see, DB, do you think Atlanta, there is rumors that John Collins could get traded? Do you think if John Collins does get traded for, say, like picks and like a mid-level player or something like that, like the Hawks don't get a superstar back and it turns into Trae Young's full team, do you think the Hawks will be better or worse?
Would be better or worse if they turn it into just his team?
They get rid of Collins and pick up like some more shooters or like reconstruct their team catered towards Trae Young. Do you think they're a better team or worse team?
I honestly don't know because it would be dependent on the players around him. Because right now I don't think John Collins is taking anything away from Trae Young.
They were going at it earlier in the season.
Okay, like maybe like interpersonally then it would be better to have another same kind of guy as Collins, but they don't have beef, I guess, right? But I don't think he takes away from him. It's not like he's taking the ball out of his hands, right, and needs the ball to ISO and move everybody out of the way. That's not his kind of game, right? So
yeah,
I mean, I think they could. I think if they get along, I think they could play well together for sure.
Yeah. I think things have been pretty much patched up between those two. Like Trae Young's still just feeding John Collins, like, he's making him money. So I think everything has been patched up there. But yeah, if they move him and it's completely Trae Young's team, I agree. I don't think he's really taking anything away from him. Maybe I'm just saying potentially there could be like that locker room shift where maybe there's the Trae Young camp and the anti-Trae Young camp. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not there, but yeah, it's possible. It's possible that they could be better without him. But he's solid, man.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely solid.
I'm sure 3 to 4 assists to him every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Guaranteed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we only got a little bit left to go. Faraz, you want to jump in with your guess that player?
Yes, actually, I've been wanting to get to this. Let's do it. So I've been following this player for the past 10 days. He's been playing really well. And I'm just going to read you guys his stats. And I want you guys to kind of take a guess at who you think he is. And I'll give a couple small hints to kind of help you guys out. But so in the past 6 games, I'm just going to start off by saying he had one shitty game where he had 2 points and 3 rebounds. We're going to get that out of the way. It was garbage. Absolute. Apart from that, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. By the way, all these games, only 1 turnover in all the games. It's 1 turnover or 0. Yeah. 1 3-pointer. So next game, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 3 3-pointers hit. Next game, 23 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, 5 threes. Next game, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 4 threes made, but no other stuff. And then the most recent game, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and 3 threes hit.
Okay.
He's over the age of 30 and plays in the Western Conference.
Can I guess now?
Yes.
DeMar?
No.
Ooh.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
Over
like,
the
yeah.
age of 30, Western Conference.
Gary Trent?
No,
No, Gary Trent's younger.
Yeah, he's got to be.
What was his most recent stat line for us? Is it Carmelo?
Past
Melo,
week, he's
yeah.
been.
It's Melo.
Oh, and all those games.
No, you've only been following for him for this past 10 days? Really?
No,
10 games?
no.
Really?
Specifically, yeah.
You only been following him for 10 games, bro? You're not even a
make a-
fan.
Chris,
Make a point.
You want this beef, right? You're attacking Faraz for following him for the last 10 games, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not asking for. I'm just saying what he told me. I'm just saying what he said. He said I've been following this player for the last 10 games.
Yeah, specifically, I've been following one player for the last.
I
10
thought
days.
you became a fan of this player in the last 10 games.
Yeah, you can.
No, I became a fan of this guy a long time ago, all right?
All I gotta say is
Hey,
that
I have the Denver jersey, DB.
this is personal though. This is a little personal because two people in this group, aka Justin and Chris, both said that this man should be out of the league. You guys both said that every single player. Oh, and I have screenshots too. And first off, I love you boys. I'm not like this is all for fun.
Bring it, man.
All love. It got triggered when I noticed that Justin has Carmelo on his fantasy team.
Yes,
League.
When I remember you both saying, and I remember Justin saying, first off, he'd prefer Mario Hezonja on his team. Mario Hezonja is not in the league. I Googled him. I'm like, yo, where is Hezonja? And it's like blank. And I'm like, oh, nice.
He got traded in the offseason when the Covington thing, and then I think he got released.
Yeah, and then nothing. You also said Mo Harkless. Mo Harkless has been injured for like the past 10 games, and I think his season averages are like 6 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
Melo's still averaging 14 and like 4.
Legitimately said that no team in the league will be better with Carmelo. He's a cancer, and he should be dropped out of the league. He said that about a guy that's won championships on every level except the NBA, and he's got to the Western Conference Finals. Who do you run up against? The Lakers, San Antonio. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry, I just got really heated there for a second, but I remember this conversation.
I'll defend myself for a moment. I probably said I'd rather have Hezonja or something like that, but when I was speaking about it, it was very situational, right? It was probably around the time that it didn't work out in OKC, and he went to Houston and wasn't looking good there either. So that's more what I was saying, because I could honestly never say that there are 450 guys that are better than him at basketball. That's just not true, but it would be a better, as a team, like running a team, I thought that it might be better to have somebody who could actually grow in that role rather than somebody who's just going to sit there and not play kind of thing. But he proved me wrong as well, man. He's still fucking balling. And last year he proved it as well by guarding LeBron in the playoffs. That's what I really liked, because that's something he was always knocked for by myself, especially, that he didn't play D, or like that he wasn't like a competitor like that, right? The locker room cancer stuff, I think I got played by the media, man. I bought into it. You proved us wrong.
That was happened, man, as well, right?
Yeah.
JT, he sort of brought it. JT, he sort of brought it on himself. He brought it on himself when in OKC, when he's like, I shouldn't be coming off the bench, blah blah blah. Like that started the whole thing. Why would you say that?
He laughed at a stupid ass question.
It wasn't a stupid question.
Why was that even?
Because he was 6-man caliber on that team.
A person on that team agreed that he was a starter on the team. His coaches agreed he was a starter on the team.
But why be a dickhead to the media?
So then what?
Why laugh that question off and like say, I'm a starter, blah blah blah. I'm not coming off the bench.
Chris, what would his answer? What should he have said there?
Whatever the team needs, I'll go. Blah blah blah.
Oh, okay. So you, as the guy that always says people should open up to the media, by now on blanket statements, right? Everybody just gives blanket statements about everything. Yeah, the team comes.
But at least come into a new team. Come into the new team before you play a game, before you practice. You're just saying, no, I'm not going to start.
He's a Hall of Famer playing. It's not like some random dude that just got picked up coming to a new team and saying, legit. He's a Hall dude. You guys don't understand.
But then why did he suck so much in OKC and in Houston?
What?
Let me ask this, DB. What changed from then until now in Portland? It's only been like 2.5 seasons. Why is it? Why is he?
You don't fit in with every team. That's not how it works. That's why you see rookies that you think are going to be amazing come into the league and become nothing, and then you see rookies that come into the league expected almost nothing, but they get into the right situation and they grow. Tony Parker. That's what happens. If you're in the right situation, you're going to grow. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah, but this is a vet. This is a vet going to a new team. A vet going into a new team should mold himself to the new team because he's been, what's it called? He's been around the block a few times. So he should know that.
when did that ever happen when a vet that's like a former superstar goes to a new team and molds himself for the new team? When did that
But he
almost,
wasn't a superstar when he went to OKC.
Iguodala.
Iguodala, yeah.
Iggy has never 1 year of his entire career been at the level of Melo.
Finals MVP though.
You cannot compare the two players, man.
They're not even comparable as players. Who did?
KD went to the Warriors. He was
what?
MVP. And what? He played in that system and he won 2 championships and got 2 Finals MVP.
Yeah, man. And to your point, when you bring up KD, yeah, KD could thrive in any kind of situation. He could play on our team and pick up and be the guy that passes the ball most of the time and still get 60 points, right? It doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of players like that, and there's going to be one-offs like that as well, right? But there's going to be a lot of players that would struggle moving to a new team, always being the guy on their team before that as well, right? It's a big hit to your ego, right? Yeah. And what me and Faraz always used to say back then, I think, is we're like really quick to forget, right?
Yeah.
We see something, and yeah, he was struggling and he was playing like garbage, but like you can't take away from what he's done before because he's still capable of that, right? Like he could turn it around, and he's shown that he's a competitor, man. He's a competitor.
Yeah. Let me ask you, DB, what has changed in terms of like the mindset of that, how he deserves to be a starter, et cetera, with Portland, because now he's like 7th guy, 8th guy sometimes.
Yeah, I think everybody with age, they grow, right? Like you mentally grow, and he's after a couple of years of not being the guy, you realize, man, like I've maybe lost a step or whatever. Maybe I need to pick it up in another direction in something else, right? And the way he's out there, he leads that team. He motivates that team pretty hard. And a guy like Dame, for him to be able to pass up on big moment shots and give it over to Carmelo, that's huge trust, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
that's the thing where I've seen the shift, because I didn't see that kind of attitude in any other teams.
Yeah,
I understand he went from number 1 option all the way in his career to not now the number 2. Now he's the number 3 option on OKC. But anyways, that's where I've seen the change of him going to Portland. There's a bunch of injuries, especially in the front court, and he's still coming off the bench, and he's cool with it. They're winning. They're a good team. Obviously, you're going to defer to Dame, but I think at the moment he's if not one of the oldest players in the league, because I know LeBron's the 4th oldest player in the league, and he's definitely older than Bron. So,
dude, my thing was always that even then I never said that Melo is like a top 10 in the NBA. I just like DB said, he deserves to be in the NBA. Like he was blackballed. Like he deserved to be on a team, and he's proving it. And Dame, like Daniel said, like a player like Dame, because we all know how he is. Like when Melo had like that breakout game, and like they asked Dame about it, he's like, it's disrespectful that people are surprised. He's like, I don't get it. He's like, I genuinely don't understand. He's like, I expect this from him. He's like, I wanted him on our team like 2 years ago. I'm glad he's here now. Yeah.
For sure.
Which goes to the fact that there is almost no proof of him being a locker room cancer, teammates hating him. Like there's no actual like almost, I would say 99% of his teammates have said almost all positive things about the guy. It was
only thing
with George Karl.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Is the beef with him. And to be honest, more players have talked shit about George Karl than the other way around.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which
that team,
exactly, which leads me to believe, like, just looking at the evidence, why would I want to blame that on Carmelo when most of the evidence points it towards maybe being some other fault of Karl's or like just something else going on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all great points.
It's just that's what always bothered me the most, and I was just like, man, like I just want everyone that was hating on him back then to just appreciate it now and just be like, yo, this man does belong in the NBA. Because Chris said that Blazers would release him before his $10,000 contract was guaranteed. He said they would rather save that 10 grand than have Melo on the team. And I have a screenshot of that.
Yeah. There's so much disrespect that came his way during that time. It was so like hurtful, especially knowing that if a man named LeBron James didn't exist, he was taken away from the world. He's gone from the record books. Carmelo Anthony might be known as one of the best players to ever play. Ever.
Yeah.
He might have multiple championships right now. He would be the rookie of the year. During that entire, like, it's crazy. They always compared him to LeBron, and
would have been number one.
Stacked up, but what's that?
DB, how would he have multiple championships with who? The Knicks?
No,
I don't know. Maybe
is what he's saying.
No, maybe with Miami. I don't know. Why not?
Well, like
he would be the guy in the league. He would be if he would during that exact same time LeBron wasn't around. It was just him in the league. He would be known as that once in a generation type talent.
Well,
it's
in Denver,
he was compared to LeBron that he wasn't. He was averaging like 24 points as a rookie, coming in.
In Denver, he had his best. I think in Denver, when he first got drafted, he had his best chance to win, and LeBron was in the East.
Yep.
Yes, but he had his best chance to win when
during that time,
LA Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs were like in their stretch of like their most like dominant like era.
Yeah.
And other unbelievable teams in that, like the West has always been stacked. So it's like him getting to the Western Conference Finals like is unbelievable in that era of what he had to go through. Phoenix was unbelievable. Darren Williams and Boozer and that team in Utah were unbelievable. And it was
but then he went to New York, and then what happened?
And New York Amari was a debacle. And Amari was supposed to be his number 2. As soon as he got there, Amari's just gone forever. Yeah, all gone. And then fucking James Dolan. Which player has ever thrived under James Dolan? Like
no one ever. It's never happened. That's not and it will never happen. I don't think. But the whole thing. That's not my point that he would win with New York. I'm just saying because he would be the guy in the league, and it wouldn't be LeBron and Carmelo or LeBron then Carmelo and Wade or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
If he would be he might be moving. He might be the guy that says, "Man, D Wade, let's meet up in South Beach. Let's be those guys there. Why not? Why couldn't that be it?
D Rose.
It should be, exactly right. There's so many options. There's so many things that could happen. All I'm saying is he is one of those guys that's going to go down when all is said and done. When we stop talking about him, when the media stops talking about him, 10 years, 20 years down the line, when people are going to remember him, he's going to be one of the best players to ever play the game. His stats will speak for it. He'll be a top 15 scorer of all time. He'll be a multiple gold medalist. He has all the records, period, for Olympics. It's all every single record you could possibly think of Olympics is his. In college, he dominated. In high school, he dominated. He's done it all. He really has. And he's and how many years is he in the league now? Like, what is this? This is his
18th.
Same as Braun.
18th year.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like, and he's still playing, and he's still giving valuable minutes. People will remember him later on. And that whole 20s. Blackball situation thing, I think, hopefully,
I think Portland gave him a lifeline.
Oh, they did.
Portland gave him a lifeline. Like he was drowning out in the ocean, and Portland threw out one of those circle thingies to catch him.
Yeah, because of people like you, right, or people like in the media that were like, all of a sudden, no, but that's what I'm trying to say. He was drowning because of people like that were saying he is a cancer, he sucks, he's going to bring your team down with almost no evidence, and that was the thing. Like it didn't make any sense. It came out of nowhere. Okay, he's struggling,
the evidence
and
came from what he was saying about himself.
What?
The evidence was coming from what he was saying about himself when he got traded to or signed with OKC.
So you're saying
what was the evidence,
George?
Do you think just from that one statement he said, that's all the evidence of him being like a cancer?
His career goes away, and now he's a cancer.
And then his career in OKC and then his career in Houston, like, was literally like a cliff. And then he was in the ocean, and Portland threw that buoy to catch him back in and drag him back in. So like you can start see it going downhill in OKC and Houston. So that's why it was avalanching down. It was snowballing down. His career was snowballing down. That's why people were saying he's going to get out of the league.
Portland. So with Portland, do you think if Portland wasn't a team and he went to any other team in the league, you don't think he could turn it around? It was only Portland. It was
I think Portland was the only one that was willing to take a chance on him.
At that moment, that's correct, and that's why he ended up there.
What's weird is how
he proved everyone wrong.
He didn't end up with the Lakers. Hey, you would have thought like he was available for what 18 months. Like it's weird that the Lakers and LeBron didn't pick him up.
Yeah, why wouldn't LeBron want his best friend?
Well,
why wouldn't LeBron want his best friend? Why wouldn't LeBron want to bring D Wade back for one more year, give him another championship?
He brought him back in Cleveland, and what happened?
What?
That's
You're
what
going against your points.
That's what that's what DB's saying. Like he wanted.
What I'm saying is, why wouldn't he bring him to LA with a guaranteed championship?
But why wouldn't he want to bring Melo to the Lakers?
You're just I'm asking that because you asked that question. My whole point is we don't know. We don't know why he didn't bring those guys in.
But that's what kind of like.
Exactly. That's what kind of solidified. You would think that he would want Melo on his team, right? Like, why
You
wouldn't
would
he?
think so, yeah.
That's what like
Yeah.
that's what
Go ahead.
caused the question, like almost like solidified it for me. Like most of the stuff I was saying was obviously just shit talking, just to get just to get a rise. But I truly believed, yeah, he wasn't a good locker room fit, and the fact that LeBron didn't want him on his team was like kind of like solidified that for me. But like,
What if
again,
let
prove
me
me wrong.
Let me send this out, because we don't actually know that LeBron didn't want him on his team. Like, let's say, what if LeBron did float it out to him, but Melo said no, because he's like, yo, if I come there, everyone knows it's because you saved my ass. And he's like, okay, what if that was his thinking? Like, if throw all these possibilities out there, like this guy didn't want him on his team, because the reality could be, as much as I genuinely think LeBron like runs the NBA at times, but like the reality could be like maybe he went to Jeannie Buss and she's like, fuck off one day, and she's like, no. How the fuck do I know that's not the case, right?
Yeah, but then you play what ifs.
Huh?
You're the one that's saying the what ifs.
Yeah,
you're the one that's bringing up the what ifs. No one else is bringing up
all these possibilities.
That's the whole point. We're bringing up stats and facts. You're saying what ifs. Yeah. And then when we counter with that, you're like, we're saying what ifs. It doesn't make any sense.
To be fair, DV, your point was, what if LeBron doesn't exist?
I brought that up. Yes. Okay, let's scratch that. Let's just look through his stats. You guys want me to read year through year for 18 years?
I got to go. So.
I know, but what's the point?
Legit, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no question. When his name comes up.
Zero questions. Like zero.
Chris, you don't think so?
I never said I don't think so. I think he needs to prove himself a little more later in his career. Maybe win a championship or go to the finals.
Okay, so if he retires today, he's not a Hall of Famer?
He's a Hall of Famer. I wouldn't say first ballot.
Okay. Second ballot?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. I'd say second ballot because there's going to be so much uproar when he doesn't get first ballot. That's my opinion.
He's getting in regardless. I don't know these specific fucking rules. Like, I don't know what if him and LeBron are in at the same time and like, fuck, I don't know.
They
rules retire. Like, I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, because it's like you're 5 years after you retire, right? You're eligible, so something like that. Anyways, who the fuck knows? He's definitely.
But I want. All in conclusion, I love you boys, but I want both of you guys to say that you were wrong and Melo deserves to be in the NBA and he's still a contributing player.
Justin already has. Justin admitted that right away.
Yeah.
I like to be proven wrong. Yeah, that's perfect, man. Like, we all jump to random conclusions all the time. But I know what Chris's statement is going to be like something like, but if he was playing more in the East during the beginning of the season, he'd run into Boston and Boston would shut him down and then he'd retire earlier, so he wouldn't be in the league. All right, let's go, Chris.
What?
I want to hear that you were wrong about Melo.
I think Melo is in a good position in Portland, and Portland revived his career. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you know what you are? You're a troll. That's what you are.
Yeah.
And the more and more,
I honestly think Portland revived Carmelo's career.
No one's denying that. That wasn't the question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Did he prove you wrong?
Does he belong in the league? Like you said, he did not belong in the league. Does he or does he not?
Yes, he belongs in the league on a team like that. That is Portland.
No.
You keep bringing that up because you're an idiot.
Add the reference.
One fan out there right now, or one fan is just going insane. Continuously go around in circles, and it makes no sense. Dude,
he obviously belongs in the league. He belongs in the league.
Okay,
yeah, that's it.
So you were wrong.
Good enough to belong in the league.
Thank you.
At the time when he was in OKC, I didn't think he did.
So
that's the point. You were wrong about it.
With Portland in a 6-7 role. Yes. So he doesn't belong in the league as a starter.
So anybody who's listening, anybody who made it this far through all this, please leave a comment and tell us who's right, who's wrong. We'll address it if any of you guys exist. Unfortunately, we got to get going. This is unbelievable, but maybe next time we'll argue. I don't know.
This was better than the presidential debate. This was literally the presidential debate. That's what it was.
Oh, man.
Love you boys, man. Fuck.
Love you boys. Love y'all.
Drive safe, Chris. Thanks for stopping by to Sesh with us. If you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell your dog. Peace.